So my band, Lorenzo's Music, released a remix album, and it is a remix album that is our own songs reimagined, and we remixed some, and I reached out to musicians from all over the world that I know and had them remix some. But this week on my to-do list, I'm working on something that covers two things: podcast interviews and my remix album promotion. So as you may have guessed, I'm going to interview these people that did remixes about doing the remixes on my podcast that I do. I mean, it's a simple solution, but also it is a podcast interview and it promotes songs. So this week I have to email the remixers to see if they can do it. I will say, and for the podcast in general, this is the most time-consuming part. Finding time to sit and talk on a podcast is actually really the most difficult part of doing a podcast. The recording it and the editing of it, for me, no problem at all. I can do that really easy. But emailing people, waiting for them to email back, then responding to that, or setting up a time, scheduling a time, especially since a lot of the people that I talk to are not only in different time zones, but oddly enough, in different parts of the world. And that is one of the problems that I'm running into this week. So like I said, this is the most time-consuming part, just because of the back and forth. Now, my plan here is I want to talk specifically about the remix that they did. This is going to be a live interview. This isn't going to be my normal podcast. I am actually going to be doing this live. We're going to log in, say hi, and then just start talking. I think this is kind of a neat idea, and it's really just, I think it actually makes it a lot easier to sit down and do these interviews. It will promote the channel that I'm putting it on. Like, it'll go, hey, they just went live, and people can tune in while we're doing that live. And then afterwards, I can actually download that live video that we just did as a recording, and then I can edit that to put in the podcast. And I can actually use song samples in the editing process after the fact, and then publish that to my podcast. And I think that's actually kind of neat, and it's kind of fun to do. One of the reasons I'm doing this is I truthfully want to learn what they did. I want to become a better remixer. Like I said, I did, I think, 6 songs on my own for this album. And we released one the year before, and I think I only did 2. I want to ask them what they did, how they did it. I want to talk about the remix process, the production process, the sampling process, everything, because I want to learn that. I want to know what they know. I want to learn from them. And I think others do too. So I think it makes for an interesting podcast interview. Plus, last year we released our first remix album that we did, and I interviewed a bunch of the people that did remixes for that. And to tell you the truth, I learned a lot from those remixers. So I only did 2 remixes on the album last year, and that was because it took me a really long time to figure out how to do remixes. I wasn't quite sure how to go about it. I wasn't quite sure where to start. I didn't know how to make the drums sound good. I mean, when I record our band, we do everything live, and I chop it up and I'm moving stuff around. But when I'm literally just creating a remix, went over my head. I don't know. It's kind of the same process, but I wanted to do things that I didn't know how to do. When I spoke with these remixers last year, I learned a lot and felt more confident this year. So I ended up doing 6 songs on this current remix album that we released. Of course, the main thing is this is a great promotion for the album. Not only for the album, but for the artists that did the remix. And when I release these, I can promo the song throughout the week that we're going to be talking about, and that will also promote that song on the album. So I'll be able to single out each song on the album and then talk with the remixer about it, and hopefully get more people interested in those songs on the album. I mean, that's kind of what this whole thing is about. It's promotion. And then the real main reason for this is I want to keep in touch with musicians. I mean, I do a lot of interviews with people on the podcast, but yeah, really, I just want to keep in touch with them because I think they're great, and that's the reason that I wanted to meet them in the first place. So that is what I need to work on this week. Right now, I am just going through the scheduling process, and it really does take quite a bit of time. So that's what I'm doing this week, and I'll talk to you soon.